one. So something we're looking at right now is the radar as we're switching from more of that system that was a little bit lake effect or lake enhanced, but largely system snow that moved through overnight last night, and now starting to see then the snow band there set up as we get some of those winds over the lake, and those north winds are allowing for that band to now set up. It's still to our west, and it's impacting more of the northwest Indiana areas like Lake County, like Porter County, and even into portions of Chicago, while the rest of that system snow that we saw overnight continues to shift east and northeast. But this is headed our way, and even over the last hour or so, this has shifted a little bit further east as we're getting more northwest winds as we get later into the day. Zooming out a bit here so you can see the entirety of that lake effect snow band, and that is across the entirety of the lake. Those north winds, they allow all of that moisture to really come from the northern portions of the lake to the southern, and that's when, of course, we see a good amount of snowfall in our area and areas just to our west is when we get those really strong winds out of the north and slightly out of the northwest, of course, with that lake effect snow. And speaking of the wind, it's going to play a very important role over the next day and the next 2 days. Looking at what we can expect to see for those wind gusts for our Sunday, right now out of the north, and that'll continue into some of those morning hours before a larger shift to the northwest, and that's what's going to allow that snow band to push into Michiana a bit later into the day, and that's likely when we're expecting to see more of those impacts from the snowfall, the lake effect snow, especially Sunday night into your Monday morning. And that's because, yeah, gusts start to increase, which pushes more of that moisture as well as out of the northwest. So it's coming closer to Michiana rather than to areas that are to our west. Into Monday, another shift out of the north to start the day and then into the northwest. So we continue to see a shift of that band moving around because of the change in the wind direction. That's actually good news for much of us who don't want to see the crazy amounts of snowfall. With that band shifting, that means it's not going to set up over just one area and really dump snow like it can sometimes when it just sets up and really lingers over one area. So that's the good news, is we're seeing a fluctuation in the winds. So a good amount of our areas should all see snowfall, and hopefully keeping it away from excessive totals in just one area. First alert weather days today and tomorrow because of the lake effect snow, specifically Sunday night into your Monday morning, where we do expect to see some road impacts for your Monday morning commute. Something you need to really exercise extra caution with is your Monday morning commute because, yeah, first snowfall of the season and expecting those road impacts to be around. Quick check of our lake effect snow map that we have had here. We've already seen about a half of an inch here in South Bend and throughout portions of Michiana. But taking a look at what else you can expect Sunday and into Monday night, that is some areas, isolated areas along the lake that could see 6 to 10 inches of snowfall, isolated chances to even see higher than that as well. And I do want to note every area that's in the red there, that doesn't mean everybody's going to see that total. It's just kind of that lake effect setup where wherever we tend to see that band set up and really emphasize those areas will see it. It's not that entirety of that red that will see that mount, but I do expect isolated areas to be able to see that total and even higher as well, Meredith.
Yeah, you know what that looks like to me? It looks like a good day.